Chris, we've known each other for 25 years.
Yes, we have.
I'm begging you to do 2 minutes and no more.
Well, Kara was here earlier, and so she had to take the baby home. She's 5 years old, so
Yeah,
maybe
I
I could
saw
get a
her.
little
She's
extra
beautiful.
time for her. We're pretty hard here today, so she lost my baby, my daughter, she's 5 now, lost her 2 front teeth, so, but she can still speak, and the voice that she projects is strong. You know, the voice of the people is something that has to be strong in our society. So, you know, my daughter went through the similar thing that the prior speaker, I have an older daughter who's 28 years old, and she went through the same thing, and I had that person prosecuted to the full extent of the law, and they were put in jail. Now, the issue becomes the crimes against the mother, you know, or the crimes against the adult, and then there's the crimes against the child. Now, the problem here is recognizing that this is a child in the womb, that this new law, 5127 and 5125, will allow for a termination of pregnancy at any stage of pregnancy. That means at 11:59, when the baby's in the womb, it can be murdered. And at 1 p.m., the baby has human rights. Now that's exactly the same baby. This is a picture of a baby right here. I doubt that they can see it on camera, but isn't it cute? It's so beautiful. It's smiling and everything. Now, did you know that that picture is a picture of a baby in the womb? The baby's smiling in the womb, you know? And this is another picture of the baby with its hands up, and he's smiling, waving when the mother's touching his forehead. You know, so this is what changes the perspective of individuals on the issues of abortion. Most people have been educated. These Brown students, they don't know all the information. They might think that they do, but they don't really know that Brown doesn't pay property taxes, doesn't contribute to our society as much as other institutions. They should be paying about $100 billion a year. I mean, $100 million a year in property taxes. So in any event, Brown used to be a slave trading institution. They're a racist organization. Their students think that their mind is free, but they're programmed. You know, the institution taught its students that slavery was okay, that eugenics was okay. These students don't really know. Most of the people who come here are Brown students. You know, they're politically active. That institution should be taxed. You know, they're the only ones that come here. Do you see anybody from Connecticut, any of the medical schools in Massachusetts?
Chris, you're getting a point.
Right, exactly. So Representative Corvese, you know, made a great point before with the ACLU. The ACLU said, this is an issue about defining whether or not this is a human being. That's what they don't want. They don't want to define that this is a human being. Clearly, our Constitution, Rhode Island Constitution, had a constitutional convention, and Article 1, Section 2 says, no right to abortion granted. It's written within the Constitution. Now, the majority of the people of the state voted for that constitutional convention. These people say 71% of the people in the state support abortion. That's a lie. We had a constitutional convention where the people of the state voted to have a constitutional convention. Now, the people of the state said, no, we do not want abortion. They put it in Article 1, Section 2. And they said, no provision shall be granted, and you shall not fund it. And these hearings are funding abortion. You're in violation of the state's constitution as it is. But in any event, okay, the law is unconstitutional under Rhode Island law, okay? Now they talk about other things, complete lies. You know, this woman came up, she said she had 2 abortions.
30 seconds, Chris.
Right, she said she had 2
Tell
abortions.
me what we need to know.
What we need to know is that there's a lot of information people just don't know. But this baby in the womb is equal in human rights to you and I. It's a human being, no different at 12:59 or 1 p.m. That baby looks like us, has hands, has a face, smiles at you, smiles at you. How can you deny the smile of a baby in the womb and the smile of a baby out of the womb?
Okay. Thank you, Chris.